Yashodanandana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, गंधर्विका गिरधारी गंधर्विका गिरधारी गौर हरि जय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय जय गौर निताय जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रभुपदा 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 श्रील प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय गुरुदेवाय जय गुरुदेवाय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद। So we read 30.4 yes. 30.4 yes. 30.4. 434. Text 4, Canto 4, chapter number 30. दशावर्षा सहस्रान्ते पुरुषास्तु सनातनः तेषाम् अविर्भूतकृच्छम् सन्तेना समयन् रुचा दशावर्षा सहस्रान्ते पुरुषास्तु सनातनः तेषाम् अविर्भूतकृच्छम् सन्तेना समयन् रुचा What process we follow? Yeah, we will check. Somebody want to read?
Sahasrante
Dashavarsa sahasrante
Purushastu Sanatana
Purusastu sanatana
Tesham Avirabhutvriccham
Tesham avirbhutvriccham
Shantena Shamayanducha
Santena samayanducha
Sahasrante
Dashavarsa sahasrante
Purushastu Sanatana
Purusastu sanatana
Tesham Avirabhutvriccham
Tesham avirbhutvriccham
Shantena Shamayanducha
Santena samayanducha. Mataji.
Dasavarsa Sahasrante
Dashavarsa sahasrante
Purusastu Sanatana
Purusastu sanatana
Tesham Avirabhutvriccham
Tesham avirbhutvriccham
Santena Samayanducha
Santena samayanducha. Dasavarsa 10 years.
10 years.
Sahasrante,
Sahasrante.
at the end of 1,000.
At the end of
Purusha,
Purusha.
the supreme person.
The supreme person.
Two,
Two.
then
Then
Sanatana,
Sanatana.
eternal.
Eternal.
Tesham,
Tesham.
to the Prachitas.
Of the
Avirabhut,
Avirabha.
appeared.
Appeared.
Kichram,
Krishna.
the severe austerity.
The severe austerity.
Santena,
Samandaya.
satisfying.
Satisfying.
Samayan,
Samaya.
mitigating.
Mitigating.
Rucha,
Rucha.
by his beauty.
By his
Translation and purport by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. At the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Prachitas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to reward their austerities, appeared before them in his very pleasing form. This appealed to the Prachitas and satisfied the labor of their austerities. Performing 10,000 years of severe austerities does not seem a happy endeavor. Yet the devotees, the serious students of spiritual life, undergo such austerities to attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At that time, when the duration of life was very long, people could undergo severe austerities for thousands of years. It is said that Valmiki, the author of Ramayana, underwent meditational austerities for 60,000 years. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appreciated the austerities undergone by the Prachitas, and he finally appeared before them in a pleasing form. Thus, they all became satisfied and forgot the austerities they underwent. In the material world, if one is successful after hard labor, he is very pleased. Similarly, the devotee forgets all his labors and austerities as soon as he contacts the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Dhruva Maharaj was only a 5-year-old boy, he underwent severe austerities by eating simply dry foliage, drinking only water, and taking no food. In this way, after 6 months, he was able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. When he saw the Lord, he forgot all his austerities and said, Swamim Kritarthasmi. My dear Lord, I am very pleased. Of course, these austerities were performed in the Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Treta Yuga, but not in this age of Kali. In this Kali Yuga, one can attain the same results simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because the people of this age are fallen, the Lord is kind enough to give them the easiest method. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one can attain the same results. However, as Lord Chaitanya Prabhu points out, we are so unfortunate that we are not even attracted to chanting the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Prachitas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to reward their austerities, appeared before them in his very pleasing form. This appealed to the Prachitas and satisfied the labor of their austerities. So, Hare Krishna. So this chapter, the activities of Prachitas, and after the austerities which Prachitas went through, ultimately Lord appeared before them and they were very pleased. And if you look at the purport, what Srila Prabhupada has given, so there are two sections of this entire purport. Yes, the first section is primarily talking about the austerities, and the second section, Prabhupada correlate the capabilities of Kali Yuga and the importance of Harinam, and what is the interconnection between the austerities and the importance of the Harinam. So we will just try to understand these two aspects here. One is the aspect of austerity, and the second is that what is his correlation with the with the Harinam or Mahamantra. So, so let us first try to understand a bit about the austerity per se. So, so how we define austerity in general terms? Anybody would like to elaborate that? How we define the word austerity? Yes, voluntary taking some troubles. Yes, inconveniences. Yeah. So see, so sacrificing for Lord, it is a austerity in terms of the spirituality. Yes. So we say there's austerity in a in a routine terms. Yes. So there is a austerity of a monk and there's austerity of a person who is distributing newspaper in 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes. Yeah. Or somebody delivering 2 o'clock in the night. Yes. There's also austerity. Yes. Yeah. So how you correlate, how you define the austerity? So in simple terms, that if you look at the depth of it, so austerity is something where there is a conflict between your intelligence and your mind, where your intelligence is telling that it is okay to do, it is right thing to do, and mind is not convinced. Yes, so there is a conflict. Yes, yes, but because your intelligence is slightly overpowering the mind, you still end up doing it. Yes. So, for example, somebody doing a material job, and the ask is that you need to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, and distribute the milk packets to all the houses. Yes. So he might not be willing to do that, but his intelligence says that if you don't do that, he will die by hunger. Okay, so to do the job, he will still wake up at 2 o'clock and start distributing newspaper or some milk powder or whatever. Yes, people do. So people do the austerities. Yes, yes. So this is one aspect of austerities. All sort of austerities have this. Yes, and this austerity remains austerity till the point these both of these mind and intelligence doesn't get synergized. Correct. So say for example, we all eat prasad. Yes, and we all are vegetarians. Yes, so eating vegetarian food is not austerity for us. Yes, because our mind and intelligence is synergized. Yes, but for a non-vegetarian, staying vegetarian is austerity because his mind and intelligence are conflicting. Yes, they are not allowing him. Mind is impulsing him that okay, go ahead and do it. Yes, the intelligence is saying no. Bhagavad Gita mein likha hai, you should not do it. Yes. So that is another aspect of austerity. So what does it mean? That the definition of austerity is very personal. What is austerity for you might not be no more austerity for me. It is not generalized. Yes. So we can't say that if something is not fundamentally austerity for me, and so there is an incident. I'm not sure how authentic it is, but I read somewhere. So again, I say I'm not sure how authentic it is, but it is the insight is very good. That during the Ramayana time, when Vanasena was building the bridge, yes, so everybody was trying. Yes, they were lifting the stones, and some people were literally lifting the hills, and then throwing in the water, and it was just flowing. Yes, and gradually they were building it. Yes, so there was a very small ant. Yes, and that ant, she she was also trying to a small particle. She was just holding on her head and just moving. Yeah, so Sugriv or Hanuman, somebody saw her and just started laughing. What you are doing here? This, we are just putting the big, chattans to the water, and you are with your tiny this thing. What is the use of it? Yes, and then Lakshman saw and told that see that you drop now this his own stone to the water, and that when they then threw it, it sank. Otherwise, it was not sinking. Yes, but because they judged somebody's effort according to their capacity. Hmm? So then Lakshman explained that, see, that she is doing austerity on her part. She is delivering on her part. You are delivering on your capacity. So everybody's capacity is different. And based upon different capacities, we need to understand that austerity has a different meaning. Okay? So this is another way of looking at austerity. One other way of looking at austerity, more from a devotee versus a material life perspective. See, austerities have an objective. Yes. So see, Duryodhan was also very austere. Yes, so that he had the audacity to challenge Bhima. Bhima was so powerful, and Duryodhan was equally powerful. And because he was powerful not because of just because of his birth. He also undergone a lot of austerity. Yes, he practiced. Correct. Ravana was also very austere. Hiranyakashipu was also very austere. Yes. So austerities has objectives. Yes. Now, a very interesting fact is that every one of us are austere in some sense. Yes. And everyone has a motive behind that austerity. Yes. So our definition of austerity, as Prabhuji rightly said, that we accept inconvenience in order to become more purified and more become closer to Lord. That is our objective of austerity. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Yes. To become pure, more and more pure, and more attached to the deities and to the service is our objective and that's why we at least we try to take a lot of inconvenience and gradually grow from there. Now there is a parallel conflict which is going on in parallel to us in the world. Yes. So a lot of people around us are doing austerity to make our life convenient, isn't it? So we want to be inconvenient because, see, we want to wake up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes. And people are making busy, creating a lot of movies and nightclubs. They are doing austerity. So you stay awake till 2 o'clock in the night. Yes. And this conflict is serious. So if we are not aware of, so as I said, that every austerity has an objective. Correct? And these two conflicts, yes, we as a devotee need to overcome. Yes. So what Prabhupada is explaining here, that our austerity, the point number one, that our austerity itself is a highly discounted austerity. Yes. So 60,000 years for Valmiki. 60,000 years for Valmiki. Yes. And 10,000 years for Prachetas. So a spectrum is 6 months of our Dhruv Maharaj up to 60,000 years of Valmiki. So this is the range. Yes. After which usually Krishna considered giving his darshan or being merciful. 60,000 years. So if you are at least equal to, so Dhruv Maharaj I am not counting, like that we will ever be able to imagine. Yes, that kind of tapasya. But people like rishis like Valmiki, they took 60,000 years. Yes. And that is being purely discounted in the age of Kali Yuga, and within one lifetime chanting Hare Krishna, eating prasad, dancing, doing some prachar, and thinking we are doing a lot of things and all, and still you are still qualified. Correct? That's not a bad offer, yes, for all of us, and we need to understand, we need to appreciate the discounting what has been done. But usually we are not able to. Yes? So when I was reading it yesterday, so Prabhupada at the last is writing, however, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu points out, we are so unfortunate that we are not even attracted to chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And in the previous para, what Prabhupada is writing, that after, so Dhruv Maharaj, he was able to see Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. You see, agar the Prabhupada could write, he was able to see Supreme Personality of Godhead in full stop. Yes, Prabhupada adds there, face to face, just like you and me looking at each other. Yes. So the resultant uh, uh, action of this entire exercise is that, and it's not only one place. At many places, Prabhupada has written this. That even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a couple of months back when we were reading it, I find out one para when Prabhupada is telling that this entire process is so sublime that if you do it properly at the end of the life, you will be able to see and meet Lord face to face as you and me are talking to each other. Okay, so the reward is too big. Yes, it's too big. Yes, and against that the ask is very narrow. Yes, the ask is very simple. Yes, like chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and doing certain service. And yes, so the question arises that, so we know, yes, so that we need to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we need to serve devotees, and and that is the only, like the core of our austerity. Yes, that behave. Yes. So if only in one word, if I explain, yes, so if we are just able to rightly behave ourselves, yes, we are almost done. Yes. And we are still not able to do that. Yes. So let us understand that what does it mean? Uh, what does it cost us uh, if we are not able to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with sincerity, or if we are not able to put the right kind of efforts to chant our prescribed rounds? Somebody chanting 8 rounds, somebody chanting 4 rounds, somebody chanting 16 rounds. Yes. So at the core of this entire exercise, what we want to achieve, that we ultimately need to go back to Godhead. At least theoretically, this is what we try to accept within our heart. Yes, and in the process of reaching or meeting the Supreme Lord, what we are claiming to be, uh, there is a word what we very commonly use, which is called purification. Yes, so we get purified. So, what is the meaning of purification? Anybody can suggest what is how what we use this, yes, please purify me. Yes. So what is the meaning of purification? So how you know that you are getting purified? There's no meter. Yes. How you know that you are getting purified? Yes.
Material desires.
You the material desires go down. Yes, that's one sign. Yes. What else? Enviness. Yeah. So that's all anarthas. Yes. Yeah. So okay. So let's go a bit more deeper. So say anarthas are going down, and you feel that okay, your material desires are down. So negativity is reducing. Yes. Yeah, that's one thought, one way of analyzing things. Yes. What is the other side?
Serving attitude.
Serving attitude. Yes.
Getting more enthusiasm to practice.
Yes.
Stop telling thought person is depression. Stop telling our thought person is depression.
Correct.
Attraction to Krishna, devotees, and Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. So that is the core. Yes. So the sign of purity is that you get more and more attracted towards service and devotees. That is very, very critical. Yes. So let's for a few minutes, let's try to focus that if we are not conscious, the whole business is to stay conscious. Yes. So if we are not awake and if we are not conscious around our japa, our prescribed duties, our austerities, what can happen? So what are the signs that things are not. So how you practically understand that things are going right or it is not going right? So we all are practicing, yes. A couple of people from years or decades, like trees like us, So, but how you understand that it is working or it is not working? Yes. So there are a couple of points, and these are very about scary things. So if you don't take care of our japa or our if you're not conscious or awake around whatever we are doing, uh, what all things can go wrong? Or in a very simplified manner, if I say, if we chant offensively, yes, and if we are not much focused around our spirituality and our inner consciousness, what can go wrong with us? Yes. So what the first thing is a pretty dangerous thing is that we become hypocrites, crooked and hypocrites. So hypocrisy and crookedness become a subtle character of ours. So like you see in Mahabharata, Duryodhana. So as such, hypocrisy is a very it's very strongly negative word in the world of devotion. Uh, but we need to understand in a very subtle manner that how it works. Yes. So in Mahabharata, Duryodhana once invited Lord Krishna. Yes, and he made all. So he was very smart. Yes, he was a king, diplomat, politician. It was in blood, how to. He was a management guru. Yes, kind of. Yes. So he invited Lord Krishna because he knew that Lord Krishna is the important person in this entire calculation, and he ensured everything perfect. So he organized an event to only in the glorification of Lord Krishna, just like we celebrate Janmashtami. And he made arrangements very, very perfectly. He exactly knew that these are the 6 dishes which Krishna will like. He exactly knew that this kind of music and art Krishna likes. These kind of things, these kind of arrangements should be made. And he made all the arrangements, becoming almost sure that now to Krishna will come. Because I have done everything which he wants. And then he invited Krishna that I am inviting you, please come. Krishna said, no, I won't come. So he said, why? Because he said, because I am Krishna. I won't come. So he said, but still, explain. He said, I have some other commitments. So he said, what commitment you have? So Krishna says, you don't have right to ask me. But he said, still, if you can suggest, well, I have a dinner scheduled with Vidura. So Duryodhana said, Vidura, he himself is my employee. What he can offer to you? So Krishna said, I don't know what he has arranged, but my guess is, I am just guessing that he arranged some bananas for me. I will just go and have some bananas at Vidura's house, and I will not come to your place. Duryodhana was very much perplexed. He said, I mean, this is not understandable. And Krishna said, that's the problem. That is not understandable. That I will not, so whatever arrangement you have done, that is fine. But I will not come to your place because you hate somebody whom I love. You hate devotees. You hate my devotees. You hate the Vidura. You hate Pandavas. So whom I love, you hate. And that's why I won't come. So this is a very subtle message, correct? Said if we are devotees and if we hate one Vaishnava, hate, Yes. If we have a status where I can't stand this Vaishnava, you are done. Krishna won't come. You should be very careful. Yes. So although externally we are very well equipped, from our appearance to our thought to our actions to our processes. Yes. But somewhere in your heart, somewhere, distant somewhere even, if you have any kind of hatred for a Vaishnava, you are done. You need to really think. Yes. So every day when we chant in the morning, yes, we should spend couple of minutes either before or after and all, and deeply analyze our inner consciousness that, that I'm not at least I'm not offending anybody. And if you identify, then we should put all our efforts to rectify that, because that is a spoiler. Yes. So we should be very careful that hypocrisy is just not about what the way we perceive the hypocrisy in the material life. Yes, the definitions in spiritual life is pretty different. Yes. What is the second thing which can happen to us? The second thing can happen is our devotional service become mechanical. So we do everything, tilak, mridanga. Yes. So we are able to give a very good show, but the emptiness and loneliness, what we used to feel before coming to Krishna consciousness, it persists. If you have this feeling, somewhere japa is not going right. So what happens? Then devotional life becomes a load. You feel it's heavy. It's simple. Yes, we do japa, we eat prasad, we talk to people. We have very so today morning we had a japa talk, and somebody was telling, you see, we get these garlands. Yes, who will offer us garlands in the material life? Yes, in the morning, just like 1 hour back, somebody was yes in the material life. So nobody will offer us chappals ka garland also. That also take a lot of effort, correct? 10-12 chappal leke usko bandhna padega, and then yes, in material life we are not. Yes, and here we are given opportunity to receive the flowers and the garlands and the prasadam and people who are so loving and so rational. Yes, all we need to do is understand each other and synergize and do our japa better at the end of the day. Yes. What else can happen? Another thing can happen. We can become attached. See, we are in the process of renunciation. Correct? We are in the process of renunciation. And why we are in the process of renunciation? Because we are accepting somebody else. Our attachment is our direction of attachment is somewhere else. Yes, our process is to attach towards deities, towards service, and towards things. We should be more attached towards things which is giving pleasure to Krishna. Yes, we should be attached to cows. We should attach to devotees, dasanudas. Yes, we should be eager to serve devotees. These are our areas of attachment. Yes, it get shifted. We start owning things again. So, badi mushkil se, by college preaching by Kartikeya Prabhu, and lot of things we have done, and finally, So imagine that those people who are new to Krishna consciousness, yes, because they follow the process. Yes, the growth is quick, it's fast. It transforms people. Yes, so many people in the West, yes, those who drink and drunkards and eat non-vegetarian every second day or maybe daily, for that matter, and all. Yes, so they think before joining Krishna consciousness that they can't live without wine and meat. Yes, and within a year they think they can't live with wine and meat. 180-degree transformation happens with them. Correct? But after a certain time, as I said in the start, austerity has a standard. The moment your mind and intelligence merged, you have to raise the bar. Yes, because that time giving up something which was sensual was difficult, and there was a conflict. You empowered your intelligence to overcome and synergize with your mind. Okay, so that's why you grew as a spiritualist or as a spiritual warrior. Yes, but then if you don't raise a bar of your, if you don't create a new positive conflict for your mind, yes, you have to use your intelligence and create a new set of conflict for your mind and overcome that to become more advanced as a devotee. And this is the daily process. You can't put a break on this. Ho gaya mera. This will not fly. And the moment you put a pause on this, yes, you will start having attachments. Yes, and these attachments are dangerous. Yes, it is much more dangerous than material life, because we came up from there till this point. Yes, with the process of that, we need to give up which is not required for Krishna consciousness. We will accept what is required for Krishna consciousness, and then we end up started owning. Ye mera hai. I own this. I own this book. I own this devotee. I own that. No, I own this seva, for example. Yes. So, and the moment you start individualizing a particular thing, you are giving a space for conflicts. The moment you give a space for conflicts, you are offending devotees. The moment you offend devotees, you are displeasing Krishna, and the cycle become more and more vicious. Yes. What else can happen? Another thing can happen. You can become proud. See, the whole world is very much engaged in making you what you are not. That's another problem. Yes, the entire system, our entire capitalistic way of working, the people around us, when we go to the material life, yeah, the whole ecosystem works in such a manner which tells you or try to convince you what you are not. Everybody was taught and made convinced that they need to earn money, lot of money. सब लोग ऐसे सोच रहे हैं. Whether they are capable or not is a separate thing. But system has made in such a way that everybody is thinking that I need to make money. It is nowhere written in Shastra. Shastra is describing, yes, somebody will do this, somebody will do that, somebody will do that, somebody will read, somebody will earn, somebody will do, somebody will fight. Yes. But Abhi, everyone is thinking only one thing. So this is how we made, correct? Because that makes, and why there is so much emphasis on earning money? Because money makes you think that you can own a matter. Yes, Prabhupada said, Lord over material energy. This Lord over material energy that feeling comes from money. So if I have 10 rupees, I am a lord of 10 rupees. If I have 10 million, I can lord over material things worth 10 million. Yes. And then we start replacing Krishna in a subtle manner. Yes. And this is going on everywhere. Yes. So nobody is trying to understand its own status, its own inner environment, that what actually he is meant for. Yes. Ladies are trying to become men. Yes. I mean, kuch bhi ho raha hai, anything is happening. Yes. So mothers are like, ladies are primarily have a have a motherly heart. Yes, yes. Now capitalistic made them equivalent to men on the name of feminism and creating a lot of conflicts. And it is working in somebody's favor. It is not working in somebody's favor. Overall, there is a chaos. Yes, but at the end of the day, it is trying. The impulses are everywhere just to make you more proud. Yes, that karta hum iti bandite. Yes, that I am the one. Yes, and then in a subtle way, this also passes on to your spiritual life as well, where you become proud that I am doing good. I am able to manage a lot. I am able to contribute a lot. I am able to make changes. Yes. So this, that's in English, I is always capital. Yes. So see, it was so subtle. Yes. You can't write small I. Karta aham, doctor aham, engineer aham. So this I is always capital, and that is a problem. So and it is practically impossible to overcome any of these if we don't synergize and if you are not conscious. So this austerity and the conscious japa, they are so deeply interlinked. So if you do a right japa, if you do a conscious japa, it empowers you to do a better austerity. If you do better austerity, you will be able to do better japa. And very easily this cycle can be reversed. That is actually much more dangerous. Yes? Because deciding that let me not do my japa proper at least today is the most easiest thing for us to do. Yes. So it's very interesting verse. So my request is that be very conscious around these aspects. These are very very fine aspects, and chant with more and more concentration. Hare Krishna. Shubhobad ki.
There's a question here. It says, how and when our bhakti becomes unload?
How and when
Our
bhakti becomes
Lord.
bhakti becomes low. Okay, bhakti becomes. So the question is that how and when the bhakti becomes low. So although there are senior devotees, Harichitra Prabhu, Sudhir Prabhu is also here. Many devotees are here, and they please feel free to add on this. I will just tell based upon my limited understanding. See, anything is not about bhakti, but if you just try to understand when anything becomes load for you, whether it is a job, a relationship, or anything, when it becomes load.
Not enjoy the process.
When we don't enjoy the process,
Not interested. Not interested.
because when we don't invest our heart properly in that. Yes. So in material context, may sometimes even you invest your heart, you might not be rightly get reciprocated. But this is the process of given by Lord Himself. So if we rightly involve your heart in the process, if you rightly follow the process, and you put the conscious effort till the time you start putting right conscious effort, you will feel that you are growing and you are enjoying the entire process. Yes, and the moment you feel that it has become a load, yes, the reason is somewhere you are compromising on the fundamentals of spiritual life, which is either four regulatory principles or japa. Yes. So starting point is that either you compromise on japa. Yes. And if you take a level above, uh, if you start offending somebody, somebody is a devotee, this impacts the your entire process, your japa process, and you start going down. So either it is you have offended somebody, or there are some old anarthas which are pulling you down. If there are old anarthas which is pulling you down, that is still manageable, because if you have a good association or if you have a good connect with the devotee, yes, you can share your heart, and then they can pull you out. Yes, but at the core, if it is becoming a load for you, it means somewhere you are not following what is to be followed. Shri Prabhupada ki
Keep it down. Keep it up.
Thank you very much for this wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it was a wonderful narration from His Grace Madhukanth Prabhu after a long time. So we are very grateful to Prabhuji for such an inspiring, energetic presentation. What is austerity, what is the objective of austerity, and how we should really have that clear objective in mind to transform ourselves with a pure humility and determination to follow the path that is given by our Acharya. So let's thank Madhukanth Prabhu because he and our Srivard Prabhu, they have been starting this Gita course, so they need more prayers and blessings so that Srila Prabhupada empowers them to bring more and more devotees, to bring more and more devotees at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So let's sincerely pray for Madhukanth Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, there are a couple of announcements. Yes, it's very important for all of us to refine, fine tune in our devotional service because it's a matter of time. We really go down because of various reasons. Because the nature is like that. If you don't really press forward, we really go down. That's a gravitational force that we talk about. Right? So and there are devotees are there, to push us up towards the Supreme Lord, towards the process of bhakti. That's why we're going upstream. And for that, we have now two wonderful programs. One, of course, we have already discussed, we have already said, that's a Puri Yatra. Nothing we can really think of. So already, I think more than 150 devotees have registered. But yeah, always the more the better. We hear that how the devotees from Bengal, they used to go for 4 or 5 months and walking. Now, of course, you have to take train for 24 hours or 30 hours. So things have become so easier. And yeah, we are not asking devotees to take 4 months of leave, just 4 or 5 days of leave. So I would really encourage, appreciate as many devotees to come possible. Yeah, I know it's always a difficulty. It's always stretch. Yeah, we have to try from our side, and definitely Lord will reciprocate. So I think the last date is 31st of March, right, Prabhuji? So yeah, please reach out to Achit Prabhu, Kartikeya Prabhu, or the Bhakti Vrishta leaders. They can really help you in getting it. registered. And then the sooner the better, because it's also, though it's a summer time, it's also once again a big time because of holidays. The rooms and everything gets really booked, and prasadam and all that has to be taken care of appropriately. So I request the devotees to please register as quickly as possible. And the second one you would like to hear? Of course, this is primarily meant for who are already at settled level, who are already chanting 16 rounds. So we are planning to have a Harinam Chintamani course. It's a 5-day seminar. Of course, it will be on weekdays from 4th to 9th or 8th to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? This is a 5 days course that will be facilitated by His Grace Harikhetra Prabhu. So would request the devotees to please take advantage of it. So yes, it's a weekdays, but once we can plan our days in advance, so definitely we can attend. But definitely it will be a really inflection point, in our bhakti. So we can really take the basic of our bhakti, with the chanting, more sincerely and more seriously. So please take advantage of it. So it will be from 4th to 8th, 4, 5, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. It will be around 7 to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. 7:30. 7:30 p.m. or 7:30. Okay. Online. Yeah, project online. Okay. Anything else, Prji? Okay. So, anybody here for the first time? Mataji has come earlier here. First time today? She came already? Okay, still we can welcome Mataji or Megha Mataji, right? Yes, so Mataji is basically from Dham. She's basically Dhamvasi from Siddha Mayapur. And let's welcome Mataji by loudly chanting Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody else here for the first time today? Hare Krishna. What is the good name to?
Prabhuji, my name is Jayesh Mandal.
Jayesh Mandal. From where you have been? Mumbai. Oh, wonderful. Let's welcome our Jayesh Prabhu to our congregation as well. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Thank you very much. So now I'll have Namaste Narsimha and Krishna. It's good to see our Vichitrananda Prabhu.
Here, I don't know you were there. So I was looking for the house near.
Vichitrananda Prabhu. Oh, he was another. I didn't know that. Hare Krishna. This is for our Jayesh Prabhu. Hari Bol. Mataji? Okay, yeah. Hare Krishna. More about. Yeah, I heard that on that day. Anirudh, if you can come down and you can just introduce yourself a little bit for the benefit of all the devotees. So.
Probably we can request Prabhu to sing.
Yeah. Last Sunday evening he sang very beautifully. I didn't know about it.
Nothing much to introduce myself. Like I'm Anirudh Prabhu, and I'm coming from Kerala. So I was connected with the Chennai congregation. So I was there for like 7 years, and now I've shifted back to Bangalore. So with the mercy of Harikshatra Prabhu, I'm getting some association. It's been 3 months. It's for the first time I came actually to the center. I didn't knew that I'm staying very close by. I'm just staying backside of the center actually. For the past 3 months I've been there. Like I know Gildari Mandir is a bit far away from here, and I know how I'm getting acquainted with the Bangalore traffic over here. So so it's just been a week that I've been connected to the center, and I've also heard Prabhuji's amazing Chaitanya Charitamrita class. So that was like a really wonderful relishing. So I'm looking forward to be a part of this center. Hare Krishna.
So let's welcome Anirudh too by loudly chanting Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hare Krishna.
Haribol sound is not going far away.
Hari Bol. Yes. Now we'll hear Namaste Narsimha. We'll reach about. Yes.
बोलो श्री नरसिंह भगवान की जय। प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रहलाद लाधकायिने हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वशः शिलटङ्कानकालाये नारसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये नारसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलबारे नाथ अद्भुत ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु दानो वृंगा केशवचेता नरहरिदूता जय जगदीश हरे 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 Gauranita, Gauranita, Jaya सर्व विघ्न विनाशाय नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्री प्रभुपाद की, गुरुदेव की जय।
So we will have the auditor open for another 2 minutes. So devotees who have not taken questions, they can come take question and go for the start.